Alright, so today we got a little bit different video for you. We're going to be doing some flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Just a relatively short flight from San Diego International to San Francisco International. The weather is live. What was actually happening at the time of this recording, which was rain in San Francisco, with a beautiful sunset during our flight, and then landing in clear, calm conditions in San Francisco. Let's get into it. Very quickly you'll be able to tell that I am not a pilot. I don't know where most of the buttons are, and I probably turn things on when they don't need to be on, and I forget to turn some things off. But I really enjoy this game. I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
IFR clearance to San Francisco.
I also think these wipers go really fast on their slow setting, and I'm kind of disappointed that they don't interact with the raindrops on the windows. Here I am trying to set up the autopilot for right after takeoff so I can engage it, and the plane will climb out for me. I'm setting up the squawk code, which is the transponder code, but you'll notice here I didn't actually turn it on. I just set the code, so later you'll hear a radio message telling them for me to verify that I am squawking. Here I am starting the engines, and I forgot to turn on the panel lights before, so I'm doing that now.
Ground Delta 244-112 requesting pushback.
Normally these pushback tugs that you see right in front of the aircraft will come up and attach to your nose gear and push you back. I'm not sure why it didn't in this case, but I was kind of surprised when the aircraft just started rolling back. So much so that I actually forgot to remove the parking brake until just a few seconds from now. I will be time-lapsing through the taxi in an effort to keep the video shorter, because I think overall from takeoff to landing I think I had about an hour and 45 minutes of recorded footage, and I'm not sure anybody wants to sit through that entire thing. We'll be time-lapsing and cutting through some of the flight too, just to keep things interesting. It didn't happen here, but if you ask them to steer to the left or the right, it doesn't happen instantaneously. And I've had it to where if another plane is on the radio, your request will not go through until they are done speaking, so you can actually steer yourself into a building or another vehicle. I'm not a big fan of the pushback system here in this simulator, but it's not a big deal.
Ground Delta 244-112 with whiskey ready to taxi IFR.
Delta 244-112 taxi to and hold short of runway 27 via taxiway Alpha Bravo Bravo 1. Contact tower on 118.3 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 27 using taxiway.
Alright, we're about to start taxiing, so I'll jump back with you guys at the runway.
Delta 244 112 tree ready for IFR departure runway 27.
Here's something I'm thinking that I'm not sure I had to turn on, was the anti-ice. I did it because it was raining, and I didn't want it to stick
Cleared for takeoff
after
runway
takeoff
27
when it
Delta
cools down, but
112 tree.
I'm thinking I didn't need to do it.
Lindbergh Tower, SkyWest Tree, 415 ready for IFR departure runway 27.
Once again, the
SkyWest Tree,
wipers aren't even doing
415,
anything on the
onshore
window.
Runway 27. Traffic is Airbus E20N on the runway. SkyWest Tree, 415 taxi into position and hold. Position and hold. SkyWest Tree, 415.
So here you'll see me starting to engage the autopilot. As of this moment, I'm still flying manually, but right when I click that button right there, now the aircraft is flying for me. It's following the heading and it's climbing itself up to 6,000 feet.
SkyWest Tree, 415, cleared for takeoff runway 27. Cleared for takeoff runway 27, SkyWest.
SoCal departure Delta 244 112 tree is climbing through 2,000 feet for 6,000 feet.
Delta 244 112 tree SoCal departure, continue to see area.
There's kind of a cool view and breaking through the clouds up into the sun. At least I thought it was cool.
Delta 244 112 tree verify squawking 000 tree.
Yeah, so there I turned off the anti-ice and you heard that radio message telling me to turn on the transponder. Also, the APU should have been turned off as soon as I got both engines running on the ground. That's another thing that a normal, real pilot would do, and I'm just some guy sitting in an office playing a simulator. And the seatbelt sign should have been on from the beginning. We're about to jump into the flight time lapse, so I'll see you on the other side. Alright, so we're about to switch over to landing. Here I am trying to set up the ILS. I must have done it wrong. I couldn't get it lined up. I've also seen videos on how to set up the Airbus A320 for an auto land. However, I didn't do that in this case. I hadn't remembered to do it. So I'm actually flying this manually off of the 2 purple diamonds. The horizontal diamond is the localizer that lines you up through the center line of the runway, and the vertical diamond just to the right of the artificial horizon, that is the glide slope. I come in a little low, but I land in the correct spot, and it was a firm but safe landing on the runway. On the right-hand display, you can also see that it is set to ILS, so it gives you the runway centerline on that screen as well. That would be that purple line headed straight through that compass rose. The red and white lights are called the PAPI lights, the P-A-P-I. That stands for Precision Approach Path Indicator Lights. The way they work is they have a set of 4 lights that change color depending on your height. White lights and 2 red lights currently. If you have all red lights, I believe that means you are too low, and if you have all white lights, that means you are too high. You should have 2 white and 2 red, and that means you are properly on the glide slope.
200.
As you can see right now, based on the poppy lights and that purple diamond on the right of the artificial horizon, I am too low. I am below the glide slope.
60.
However, towards the end of the runway, I level off a little bit and I actually get pretty close to being on the glide slope.
20. Retard. 5.
And here we are, landed at San Francisco International. Once again, I'll time-lapse the footage till we get to the gate. Thank you for sticking around with me while I, just took a short little flight from San Diego to San Francisco. I really enjoy Flight Simulator. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and let me know if there's anything I need to do in future videos, more time-lapse or show less, show more. Just let me know, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming.